Hi, my name is Ellie and today I'm here to talk about some of the biggest mistakes I've made on Medium so far. As always, I will post the original story into the description so you can read more. But yeah, the biggest mistakes that I've made is one, I forgot to repurpose content for about 6-7 weeks. So basically what that means is that you can take the best bits of an existing story and repurpose that content onto Instagram or Facebook, maybe on X. So you can choose whichever platforms you're using. Even today I'm turning content into a YouTube video, for example. So this is very meta. We're doing this actually right now. So you have that option, but you can also take an existing story and say, for example, whether the story is successful or a complete flop. If the content is good and you know it's good, try again. So you can pretty much use the same content, give it a different angle, or maybe make it a bit more interesting, give it a new title, and yeah, republish. And you'll find by doing that, especially once you gain more followers and you gain more traction on the system itself, the second time or the third time around, you'll actually earn some money from it. So that's a really good way to basically speed up your process, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. You can if you have infinite hours in the day, but if you're like me, I don't always have that luxury. So therefore my advice is, yeah, repurpose what you've got. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is that I forgot to comment or engage with other people's stories before and after publishing a new story. By doing that, you basically warm up the system. This also applies to Instagram or any other social media platform that you happen to use, is that if you interact with people beforehand, it gives you a bit of a boost. For Medium, I haven't figured out the science, because quite honestly, I often forget this part. I'm actually, even though I'm advising this and it is advisable, I often forget or I just don't have the time. But if you want to optimise and get more eyes on your content, this is a really good strategy to use. Third tip for the day is that I forgot to optimise my stories for SEO. And long story short, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And that's a fancy way of saying that's how Google finds you. So basically, Medium is obviously linked to Google. So if people are searching for a story that you've written, say for example, you've written a story about, I don't know, going to the gym. Going to the gym in summer because you want to lose 20 pounds. Something like that. When people are searching on Google, hey, how do I lose weight for summer because I want to get in a bikini, or how do I lose weight for summer for 2024 because I want, for whatever reason. When people are searching for that in Google, if you optimize your stories for SEO, there's more of a chance that people will actually find your story. Now, another good strategy is obviously to use the friend link. The original post that I'm talking about today actually goes over this in more detail. So there is an option, because obviously with Medium, really you want people who actually are members of Medium, if you're only there for the money, to read your stories. But if you're happy for more eyes on your content and you're not so concerned about how much you earn, use the friend link and use keywords in your introductions, in your titles, because again, that will give Google a boost. Because basically, I mentioned this yesterday, but in case you didn't watch it, when you're writing anything online, it's pretty much throwing a pin into a haystack. And if you don't optimize your content, the chances of people finding you is very, very slim. I again forgot to look at the statistics, but basically the majority of content that's ever been written and ever been posted onto the internet has never been seen, because it just gets lost in a sea of content. And we obviously have Medium, and Medium will publicise your story for a few hours once you've published it. If people like it and if people start interacting straight away, Medium gives a longer window for people to actually see that you've written something new in the feed. But if you happen to publish something and people are asleep, or just nobody's clicking on your headline or clicking on your story, very quickly it disappears altogether. And that's why some of your stories pretty much get zero interactions, zero eyes on it. And especially when you're new on the platform, that's probably going to happen more often than not. But if you continue posting as often as possible, because you're feeding the algorithm and you're showing or proving to the system that you're someone who means business, then the system will reward you. So yeah, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, but back to SEO. It sounds complicated, and in the beginning it kind of is complicated a little bit, but it's actually not as scary as it sounds. And the reason why I know this is because I actually helped optimise an online magazine, and I pretty much did a whole audit across the entire magazine. I think there was 140 articles or blog posts on the thing when I started, and I optimised each and every one of the stories for SEO, meta descriptions. I updated the titles. I used H1s and H2s, which I think I also mentioned what that is in the story that I'm talking about. But again, that's how Google finds you. And by spending 3 months optimising a magazine, also I edited everything, so I did quite a lot in there. I raised traffic by 29% in less than 3 months. I didn't expect that. Because also, something about SEO is, even if you have optimised every single one of your stories from day one, I forgot for weeks and weeks and weeks I wasn't doing this. I was skipping over that step. But even if you use the SEO, it takes roughly 5 to 6 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, for you to see the results, which is why I was gobsmacked when I did this magazine that it actually worked quite quickly. However, a developer at the company was, what's it called? I think redirecting. I think it's called redirection, where if you, on websites in a CRM, if you redirect things, then it actually can boost it quicker for Google to find you. That's not applicable for Medium. That's a different topic. Same topic, but not applicable for Medium itself. But long story short, if you want more eyes on your content, think about SEO. And yes, it sounds scary, but if you read if you read the article at the bottom of the link today, it's not that scary. And I will do my best in the coming week to write more about SEO, actually, because it really isn't scary, really isn't. Because also, another way of doing it, you don't have to do any keyword research particularly. Just go to Google. If you've got a topic about oranges, type in oranges into the Google search, and then look at the top articles that pop up on Google. That's already an easy way to start doing SEO. Just type in whatever you're writing about, put it into Google, and then just have a quick read. And then you can kind of base your SEO and also the keywords you're using in your content to match what is already at the top 1 to 10 on Google. It's really, like I said, it's really not that complicated. But that's it for today, and I hope that was helpful. And again, go and check out the article for a bit more detail. And I wish you a lovely weekend, and love, light and peace. Keep writing, and remember to always, don't wait for permission to shine your light. Ta-ta, bye-bye.